schedule things, not your typical bullshit, not your Zion bullshit.
No, just like if everyone else can play the 14th, I will show up.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. It'll be a mystery.
It sounds like a threat. Yeah, we will.
Yeah. I won't be here October 12th because Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Canadian Thanksgiving is the dumbest fucking holiday on the face of the earth.
Both
and the fact that you won't
are pretty
be here,
dumb.
It disgusts me. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
That is all. Also, because you won't be here, I hope your raid fails.
I don't think I'll be
really
raiding.
jealous.
What do you mean you won't be raiding? Why not?
Well, I only ever go when the Magas are going, and they have like a team now.
Oh, like you're not part of their team?
Nah.
It's kind of fucked up. Why aren't you part of the team?
Not hardcore enough, dog.
Is Keon still a samurai?
Keon's everything. He's maining a scholar right now.
Oh, does that mean that Cole is playing white mage? Or is he like monk or something?
I'm maining white mage, but he has monk at 80.
What, are you playing dragoon still?
Kinda.
What do you mean, kinda?
Like, it's my main, but I don't do any high-level stuff, so I mostly play other classes.
What item level are you?
On my Dragoon, like 450.
It's like as high as you can pretty much get without doing Savage.
Yeah, I'm doing like the dailies and stuff.
What a scrub.
I still want to play Final Fantasy.
We need another DPS in our raid, but I don't think you'll be able to play with us because we start too late for you.
Seems fair.
We would be starting at like midnight your time on like Thursday or something.
Yeah, probably best I'd avoid that because of work.
Probably, but if you're ever interested.
Well, thanks.
That's so nice of you to invite
We don't care
Abel.
how bad people are, you know?
That's good.
I mean, at least you're inviting him on like the Magas.
That's true. That's cold. That's ice cold. All right,
I know.
let's start. So, get my music jamming. It's still broken. I had to go through and figure that out one of these days. I keep forgetting that it's broken every time. All right. Last session, you guys made your way into the capital city of Cairn. After a little bit of travel, you guys found yourselves at the front gate, went through customs, had everything checked out, made sure everything was up to snuff. You made it through pretty easily. The first thing you guys noticed when you got in was just kind of the sheer size of this city. After a brief little discussion with Owain, you guys moved over to the port district to try and see if you could track down any quick leads on Robert and Susanna. You found the local pub within the port district, made your way in there. Cinder bought everyone around, kind of made himself known. You already discovered at this point that there were some missing posters for Susanna and Robert. Use those to your advantage a little bit, or disadvantage, depending on which way you look at it. But unfortunately, your search met with little success. Eventually, you guys found yourselves asking a local harbor master about ships that may be venturing to the freed plains. And after a little bit of kerfuffle with the harbor master, you got a name of a ship, the Snowdrop. told you it was on the opposite side of the port. A little bit of travel time. And so at this point, you guys took your cart and your horses and had them stabled up in the gatehouse district of the city and decided to kind of travel on foot through the rest. Some of you made your way to the port district, while the others made their way to Old Cairn, as well as the migrant quarter to check out one of the inns there. At the Snowdrop, you guys found yourselves a captain, Dialia Yesmij. You questioned her a little bit about if she knew anything about Susanna or Robern. And unfortunately, you didn't gather a great deal of information from her. But you got a little bit of stuff to go on. Nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, the other group was at the Timid Branch, trying to find a place for Hobberk to work, which eventually you did. You also settled up a tab for, I believe, a week's worth of stay at the Timid Branch. And then eventually you made your way to Old Cairn, and found rooms at the Wretched Lock Inn for the night. Gustav had a interesting conversation with the dwarven woman who ran that tavern named Gree. She didn't seem like the most pleasant of patrons. And after some time, the rest of the group made their way to the Wretched Lock Inn. You guys all met up. It was pretty late. Well, actually, it wasn't that late. Sorry, my mistake. It was like mid-afternoon in the day, but you guys were up all night. You were suffering from a level of exhaustion, or whatever it's called in this game. You were fatigued. I can't remember all of a sudden. And after that, you guys decided to take a rest. So it was at this point that Gustav and Cinder had a little side conversation. Philia and Teak were separated in their own room going to sleep, and Eric was looking to have a brief discussion about something with Ewain. And I think that's where we will kind of pick up for the day. Is Gustav and Cinder, you guys have just entered your inn room. You're getting ready for bed. Eric, Ewain is there with you guys, and he's currently kind of taking off his armor, getting prepped to go to sleep. And now is your opportunity to have a discussion with him if you'd like.
Heike forgot what I was going to have a discussion with him for, but I will offer to help him remove his armor.
Sure. Yeah, being the good squire that you are, as you've done so before, except you helped him don his armor before, you help him doff it as such. And after only a couple minutes with your help, you're undoing some straps at the back on the side. He manages to take off his iron suit, and eventually finds himself kind of in, your standard kind of clothes. Just like a tunic.
How are you feeling, Wayne?
Well, I'm still a bit sore after all of the wounds I've suffered. But I've seen worse. How are you, young Eric?
I think I'm pretty good.
Good. Think we all have earned ourselves a deserved rest. Wouldn't you say?
Eric will nod. I guess we should just all sleep.
Yeah, he gives you kind of a nod. Gustav, are you going to sleep in your armor, or are you taking your armor off this time?
I'll probably just go to sleep in the armor.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're making your way into bed, and everyone kind of hears the clanking of your armor as you're kind of It's rubbing up against itself as you get into the bed, and Owain kind of turns to you.
Gustav, how do you expect to get a sound sleep within your armor?
Normally too. Used to sleeping in this.
Are you sure? It's been a long night. You wouldn't rather take it off?
Well, saves me having to put it back on again, don't it?
I suppose. Just makes for an awfully uncomfortable sleep.
I'm fine.
With yourself. Well, may you all have a good sleep.
It kind of ruffles up his down-filled pillow, filled with goose feather, plumps it up a little bit, and he's kind of hanging over the bed. He's so large, but he manages to find a comfy position there. Teak and Philia, really Teak, are you guys doing anything in your room, or are you mostly just going straight to sleep?
We probably go straight to sleep.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy happens here. You guys all settle down, find yourselves in a kind of deep slumber. Not too much happening. And then eventually, kind of, as night falls, Cinder, you find yourself kind of jostled awake. Almost a bit suddenly. It's not because you've necessarily heard any noise or anything like that. You kind of just snap awake. And as you kind of gaze around the room, little cloudy-eyed, you can see that your compatriots are all still pretty soundly asleep. Looks like night may have fallen at this point, so it's definitely some time has passed. Okay. Yeah, you roll back over and try and find a comfortable position in bed to fall back asleep. But it's almost like there's something that's stopping you. You feel aggravated, agitated. You know, so you find yourself maybe for good 10-15 minutes just trying to go back to sleep, but nothing's really helping. Okay, can you roll me a perception check? Alright. So as you kind of sit yourself up from your bed, you recognize something familiar. It's kind of when you push your hands up, you can see almost like some sort of strange shade. Your hands kind of move through themselves, and as you push in one fluid motion to get yourself out of bed, you can see, once you are out of bed, in this familiar way, your body is still there, laying in bed. You move your hands to your shoulders to try and grab yourself, and as you squeeze, your hands just kind of go through yourself. Okay. Yeah, you're facing the door at this point. Looks like it's closed shut. As you try and open the door, your hand grasps at the handle and kind of just goes through it. And you almost put your weight on it a little bit, as if you were opening a door handle. So you kind of fall a little bit through, and you can see like part of your hand crosses through the door. You speak out, and you hear that your voice is almost like hollow. It echoes a bit through the room. But you don't hear anything out of the ordinary or unusual within your room. Yeah, it's kind of a little strange. As you reach into your pocket, your hand kind of goes through your pocket almost. But when you feel the cards, they feel solid. And you kind of just pull them out through your coat. And they're in your hand. All stays quiet in the room. Your voice just kind of reverberates off the walls. Okay. Can you make me... I guess it would be a willpower save? Or whatever it's called. There's a save. It's, will. Yeah, it's the will save. Yeah, to save. So you go back to try and reach in and grab yourself by the shoulders again, and for like a mere moment, as you really try and focus hard, you can see your hand kind of grabs at your shirt, and you can see like it's rustled a little bit, and then immediately falls through once again. Yeah, at this point, you just kind of see Gustav there. Every once in a while, you say, "Oh, Gustav, can you hear me?" And you hear a little bit of a snort as he turns and clanks in his armor to the side. You saw yourself in the bed. Yeah, everything else in the room looked pretty standard. Alright, yeah. And as you do, you just swiftly and cleanly move through the door. For a moment, you get this kind of weird feeling as the door kind of passes through you. But you find yourself on the other side. In this kind of decrepit hallway. And as you move to the other side of the door, you start to hear, like, some voices and things. Alright, so the voices lead you downstairs, towards the entrance of the tavern. And it's at this point that you can kind of see there's not a large amount of people within this tavern floor area, but there are, I'd say about 10 or so people, and they look to be standing on one side of the tavern, and there's a single person sitting at the bar, and it looks like they have, a jug in their hand, kind of holding on to it as they drink, and you can see behind the bar is Gree. She looks a little uneasy. Alright. Yeah, you kind of walk through a couple chairs and tables as you make your way up to the bar. No. They look like they're in the middle of a kind of heated discussion, but it's weird because, like, you move kind of in and out of it, and every once in a while you hear some kind of shouting and loud voices, but you're not picking up everything that's happening in this discussion. But it looks like they're talking at this man who's sitting at the bar. He's got a hood up over his face, but yeah, if you move in and kind of move through the bar, you can see, like, as you move around Gree there, kind of, she shivers a little bit, like a cold chill goes up her spine. And she kind of moves to the side. And as you do kind of kneel down to look at this man's face through the bar, you can see a man that looks like Robert. He's got this jug, and he's putting it up to his lips. But he doesn't quite look like himself. He looks disoriented. Yes. Like, he always has kind of a look, since he's always seemingly fairly drunk, but this time his eyes are kind of glazed over in a strange way. He doesn't look to be himself quite. You speak, and you can kind of hear your own voice kind of echo and fade out into the distance, but you don't get any real response from the man at the bar. So out of the tidbits you kind of hear, every so often it's hard to make some things out, but you can see that there's a man at the front of this group of people, and they look like a pretty rough crowd. And he's pointing his finger at him, and he's kind of looks like he's shouting, and every so often he turns back to someone behind him. And you just hear a couple tidbits here and there, like, "This is the guy. You joking? 10 of all men. Can barely stand. Can barely even sit." And tidbits like that. All right, so you kind of run back to the room? All right. So you move at, as fast as you can, at top speeds, back to the room, kind of running back up there. Okay, so you want to slap the cards across your face. Well, all right. So there's a couple things that happen as you move back up to the room. You're moving at full pace, and for a brief moment, as you run across the room, you can see you're kind of in a hurry to wake yourself up. But in the far corner of the room, you see a shadowy figure, at least something that resembles one. It does look familiar to you. This isn't the first time something like this has happened to you. Okay. So you kind of rush into the room and are moving towards yourself, and you're stopped slightly dead in your tracks. And you see this shape. It kind of looks like it's curled over in the corner of the room. And as you approach it, it's hard to truly make out its full form. But it's almost like this wispy shadow in the shape of a human. And you can see what would be kind of the head looks up towards you. It's almost as if it was sitting on a stool, and it kind of just stands up and looms over you a little bit. As it stands when you approach, it's quite large, broad-shouldered. It's a big shadow. It kind of just stares at you for a moment.
I gave you my power. You must find your mother in the Free Plains. I have not long to tell you anything else. Go to the Free Plains. Find your mother before it's too late. You have until the Day of Hymns next year. If you do not find her by then, I'm afraid it's too late.
As you can see, this thing kind of rise in agony a bit, and the shadow kind of shifts. It expands around it as it moves and is manipulated until eventually the shadow grows in size and the shape broadens, and you can see these large horns coming out from the sides of it. Its face has almost grown more slender. And it just stares at you. And with a cackle, it vanishes. All right. You run over to your own body. Anybody you use the whole deck to kind of slap yourself? All right. Yeah, so in this one singular motion, you slap yourself across the face with this bulky deck of cards. And in the same moment as you slap yourself, you wake up in your own body and you see your deck of cards just kind of smear across your face and just fan out all over the place. As if you've let go of them. But they were where they were in your hand, so now they've just kind of gone into the air and spread out all over the place, and your cards have kind of fallen all over the floor in your bed and are on top of you. But you are awake. You get a couple snores and a couple snorts out of Gustav, but then I think eventually he hears you calling his name after a few seconds.
What's going on?
Eric and Owain are here too, right?
Correct.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to where they are, I guess.
Alright, yeah, I mean, they're in the beds not far from you.
Eric, Owain, Robin's downstairs.
What? What is Susanna? Is she with him?
I looked at...
We must hurry before it is too late. Is he alone? No time for armor. Let's go.
And Wayne kind of jumps up out of bed and rushes towards the door, opening it up in his kind of bed linens and just like a plain white kind of tunic.
Grab my sword and follow.
I'll follow too.
Alright. Cinder, are you just gathering up your cards? Okay. So, Eric, Elaine, and Gustav, you guys kind of find yourselves at the bottom of these stairs. And you can see there are a decent amount of men here. And just as you have come around the corner to the base of these stairs, there's one man who's walked up to Robin's chair, stool at the bar, and kicks it out. And as he does, Robin's chin smashes on the bottom of the bar, and he kind of falls down to the ground. And his head falls back from his face, and at this point you can see he looks drunker than you've ever seen him before. His eyes are kind of glazed over, and he's just looking at this guy kind of confused. And he says to him, "Why'd you kick my chair out from under me? I didn't do nothing to you." And the guy just kind of looks at him and laughs, and he turns back to his friends.
This is the fellow that took out 10 of you men. He can't even sit in a chair.
And they all kind of start laughing a little bit. Eric, Gustav, you guys doing
Hey, you leave me alone.
And what's it to you, pretty boy? You know how much this man's worth?
So what? A bunch of you are gonna fight him while he's by himself?
Another guy in the back pipes up.
Yeah, and that's what he did before. Took down 10 of us. Now's we've got the odds evened out. We got our man here. You just mind your own business, you and your old man. And your weird friend. He draws that sword. You're all dead.
You can even fight one man.
Well, he ain't just one man.
And he's kind of looking at this guy on the ground who's just in this drunken stupor. He's kind of like spitting bubbles out of his mouth every time he tries to talk. Gustav, you doing anything?
Yeah, I'll sort of step up with Eric. We have business with him. What are you gonna do with him?
What are we gonna do with him? We're gonna collect some coin. Mind your own business.
And I think as you step up, Owain kind of steps up in between you and Eric and puts his hand out in front of both of you guys and looks to you and he says,
Help your friend now. I'll deal with these fools.
and he starts walking towards this guy who's next to Robert, and the guy looks at him. He's not a super small guy, but most people are pretty small next to Owain.
You look like a big fella there, old man. What do you think you're gonna do?
And Owain just walks up to this dude and without hesitating just clocks him right in the face. And this guy falls down to the ground, bloodied and beaten. And the other guys kind of stand there for a second and they look to you and they look to Owain. What are you guys doing?
Eric's just gonna smile.
I'm going to sort of not draw my sword, but I'm going to move towards Robert.
Yeah, Robert's
pick him
just
up.
kind of laying there in a puddle. And I'm gonna make a couple rolls here. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, you see Wayne kind of walk over to this dude after he's down on the ground. And he picks him up by the throat and just holds him out in front of the bar and looks at the guy's friends. And they're all just kind of watching you. You guys just walking over to help old Robert up there?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, so Wayne's just kind of holding this guy out in front. And the other guys aren't moving too much. And Robert can barely even talk. He sees you guys and he's like,
Hi, hello there. It's good to see you again. My old friends. What hot spring does you to carry?
But bloody hell, what happened to you?
I tell you, I am as fit as a fiddle.
and he kind of tries to stand up, putting his weight on one of the bar stools and kind of falls over.
Try to catch him.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're fast enough to kind of catch some of his weight. He doesn't completely hit the ground. And at this point, I think Owain is just holding this guy and walking towards these people, and they're kind of backing away. And eventually, I think he tosses this dude into his friends and knocks a couple of them over. He just looks at him and he's like, "Who is next?" And most of the dudes just kind of turn around and walk away. Some of them stay behind to kind of gather up their friend there, what's left of them. But yeah, you guys have Robin in your hands. Are you guys taking him anywhere, or are you just kind of trying to help him up?
Probably help him up and take him upstairs where he can lay down.
All right.
Try to get Owain's attention so he knows what's going on.
Sure. So it's like at this point, probably Owain throws this guy and you call his name or whatever to get his attention. And he looks back at you, sees that you guys are helping him out. And Gree kind of pops over the bar.
Hey, who's going to pay for that man's drinks there?
What does he owe you?
He owes me a whole 3 gold pieces for all he's had to drink.
Eric will give me 3 gold pieces.
I think, Wayne sees you kind of reaching into your pocket. He's like,
No, Eric. I'll take care of this. You just get him upstairs.
Eric will not then. Let's go, Robin.
pulls 3 gold pieces out and sets it on the counter, and you guys kind of grab Robert and make your way upstairs with him. And it's like, as you guys are dragging him upstairs, you see Cinder coming down the stairs. He's got his deck of cards in his hand.
Where were you? Your cards? Might have lost Robin. Right. Seems in a bit of a bad way. Come on. Help us get him on the bed.
Am I alright? I'm doing just fine. Look at me. Better than I've ever been.
Right, if this is an act, you can drop it, Robin.
There's no axe here.
I don't think there's an act either.
I'm doing just fine.
Yes, who's up?
Get your hands off me.
He kind of shakes his arm out of one of your... he's trying to shake his way out of your guys' holds. I imagine you're going to grab onto him, but...
Yeah.
Kind of, he doesn't have much strength to get out of it at this point. You guys kind of keep a hold on him.
Robin, do you want another drink?
Yes.
Why don't we just take you upstairs and I'll go bring you some more?
Oh, that would be lovely.
What?
Love another drunk.
Eric, no.
Eric's
Drunk enough.
like, let's just drop him upstairs and I'll go get him another one. He's not actually gonna get him a drink. He's just trying to, calm him down.
Gustav wasn't smart enough to do that.
It's true.
Alright, guys, let's go upstairs.
Alright, you wink at Gustav, I guess. Are we trying to sell this, huh, Zion?
I mean, I'm not trying to sell it that much, but I guess.
Alright, so you kind of finish dragging Robert up the stairs. He's kind of fighting you along the way. He's like,
I'm not a child. I don't need to be dragged up the stairs. You just let go of me.
Would Teak hear any of this outside the room?
I think it's at this point, most of the commotion's been downstairs, but actually, you roll me a perception check, by the way. And as he's being dragged up the stairs, I think you probably hear all the commotion. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rest in
yeah.
peace.
You have the soundest sleep that you've ever had.
Yeah, you have really good sleep. They got wood floors in here. It's kind of decrepit and
It's
foresty
right up
like.
Teak's alley.
Yeah. You'd be paying extra. So yeah, you hear all this kind of commotion outside and you awaken.
Okay, Teak is gonna open the door.
You pop the door open and kind of peek out. And you can see at this point, it's like Eric and Gustav are on either side of pissed Robert. who's like can't even like stand. His like feet are out from under him. He's kind of getting dragged along.
I think that Teak is probably gonna be like fully awake now and alert, and she's gonna be like, friend, Robin.
Yes.
Left him anyway.
We're gonna go to our room and have a nice party.
Hey
Let's
there,
go.
Tyke. How's you doing?
What party? Confused. What?
There's a party up here. We're having drinks and a great
No.
time.
No more drinks.
What's she talking about? No more drinks? They promised me more drinks.
Don't listen to him. I will get you as many drinks as you want. Let's go.
I'll say. I'll get you an order of drinks I want. So, put on you, Gustav.
Well, I don't care what Eric says. No more drinks.
Well, that
And-
means that you're calling him a liar then.
No. I'm not listening
So
to
was
what
this
he's
fighting words? Eric,
As
defend her honor against this man.
Alright.
Suck
I'm allowed to buy it whatever. Suck it.
Like, a man like Gustav only just understands one type of thing, and it's fighting.
Eric's just gonna like look at Gustav and just like pat him on the face.
What? Gonna try to just keep moving.
Punch you. He's just gonna like pat you. Let's just go back to our room and have a good drink, Gustav.
Right.
He's gonna look back at Robin and be like, I've asserted my dominance on this man. Let us go.
Good. Shut up, the right thing. See, are you coming?
Teak in this kind of like argument, she has been like kind of darting her head. She's trying to look behind them, and then she goes, "Where, Susanna? Where, Susanna here?"
You can see Robert gets kind of, he goes from being kind of upbeat and chipper to just quiet, and he kind of just slumps over a little bit. He's drunken stupor.
Robin, where's Susanna?
Just stays quiet.
Let's go inside.
I think while they go inside, Teak is gonna go downstairs to try to look for Susanna.
Okay. So yeah, they're kind of dragging him into the room. Cinder, where are you going at this point? Okay, so you're kind of following him, and yeah, you know, Teak passes you guys by, and as you're going down the stairs, you see Wayne kind of moving up the stairs, and I think he looks to you, Teak.
Where are you going, young Teak?
Teak, Robin here, not Susanna. Teak find Susanna.
I have noticed. Do you think she is nearby?
Teak not sure. Teak wanted to go look for her.
I have faith in your abilities. Take a look for her. See if you can find anything. I will be in the room. Just let me know what you find.
And Teak nods and continues her way downstairs.
Okay. So yeah, Cinder, Gustav, Eric, you guys find yourselves in the room with this now kind of slumped over Robin. Will you plop him onto one of the beds or throw him in a chair or what?
Drop him onto a bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of plop him onto a bed and he just kind of spread eagles out on top of it. Doesn't really say anything.
Robin, what happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Why are you here by yourself? Where's Suzanne?
Isn't it obvious?
I'm afraid not.
I am not good enough.
For what?
To keep her safe.
Is Susanna gone?
She's gone. Captured, yes. But not by just anyone. The Conclave found us through their contacts. And I can throw a good punch or two, but I can't fight the Conclave. I failed her. I'm worthless.
He's gonna, Eric's gonna
I
look
got
back
no
into his
point
cell.
in being here. Just let them take me. Leave me to rot.
Well, we're not doing that. You do want to save her, right?
Of course. But I
You're-
can't.
Well, you're alright with dying then. Just letting them take you away.
Without Susanna, I may as well be dead.
Well, why don't you risk your life trying to save her then?
I already tried.
Well, you're still here, so you obviously weren't trying hard enough.
How is that what you think? You're not stupid. Killing me is just a waste of time.
Who's this conclave he's talking about? I'll turn to the room.
I'm guessing the Ashen Conclave.
Of bloody course. The Ashen Conclave who is.
Why would they
mean-
go after Susanna?
The same conclave that... And then I just sort of finger around, like, indicating us.
Eric will know. The one and only.
Well, I might be lucky then, right?
What do you mean, lucky? There's nothing lucky about this.
We sort of have dealings with them.
So do I. How do you think we end up in this mess?
Right, all I'm saying is we might be able to make some sort of deal, make sure Susanna's safe.
Oh, yeah. And what kind of deal? What kind of deal are you looking to make?
I don't know.
We'll have to figure it out. Eric or not.
Wait, Conclave wanted us to go after Robin before?
They did.
Well, I suppose we didn't do that.
Maybe that's why they're after Susanna, to get to Robin.
Well, why'd they let him go then?
Maybe he just escaped.
Don't look like he escaped.
Robin, did they say what they wanted with her?
I don't know. Probably just to make me suffer.
So, they nicked Wyvern-Spear's daughter just to get back at you?
Well, it's not like there isn't a fair bit of coin involved in it for him. You hold someone like Wyvern-Spear's daughter in for ransom. Hell, could give you some control over the city of Farhelm. It's Wyvern-Spear's kind of pull.
Alright, hopefully they don't want that. If they just want coin, we might be able to settle this without any blood.
It's at this point that old Wayne kind of makes his way into the room.
All right. What is going on here? Where is my daughter?
She's been taken away.
And him?
At this point, Robert's just kind of like a bumbling mess, just kind of crying on the bed.
Yeah, well, he tried, but wasn't able to protect her this time at least. She's been taken by the Ashen Conclave.
The who?
Pretty seedy bunch.
And what do they want? Money?
Oh.
You done?
Well, we don't right know just yet, but we might be able to find out.
How do you expect to do something like that?
Oi, Robert, if we wanted to get in touch with the Ashen Conclave, any ideas?
I'm sure they could find you. And there's a boat. The one we were supposed to leave on. The snowdrop. Heard of it?
We have.
Yeah. You been there?
Oh, well, we've seen it at least.
Hell, if you've seen it, I may have seen you. A friend of mine runs that boat. Who knows what happened to her now? Hell, for all I know, she could have been the one that sold me out. The Alia. That's the one. So I have. Then the Conclave probably already knows you're here. Just today. That's true. Group of men. They jumped me at the docks. Fought most of them off. Then the Conclave took advantage. Sikarab grabbed Susanna. I tried. There wasn't much I could do.
think at this point, Wayne kind of moves closer.
It's okay, son. You did your best. Fighting off 10 men like that is no easy feat. You have my thanks.
And, you see Robert kind of turn to Wayne.
Thank you.
Just kind of goes back to looking down at his hands.
Alright, well, let's review then. We come in the city, start asking about Susanna and Robin. Wanted posters are up, yeah. We then talk to the captain of the Snowdrop, right? Make some sort of request. Maybe that let her know about Susanna. And if that was it, then she was interested for the money, right? So maybe we go to the Snowdrop, make some offering a coin, get Susanna back, can all head back to File.
I like the simplicity, but I have a feeling it won't be so simple.
As do I.
Think they want something else?
I mean, if they have the upper hand and they're as seedy as they think they are, they claim to be, appear to be, probably.
You claim that these Ashen Conclave people are dangerous.
Eric will nod. I mean, every time they're brought up by someone we basically trust, they keep talking about how dangerous they are.
Do you really think it's money they seek? I doubt it is so simple.
It's honestly probably something more, if not just money.
My thoughts exactly.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure we know that they worship the god.
you
we
know
were
that.
all in the we were all in the room when they were like, the ring. We ride
My precious.
Ashina.
Yeah.
Asina.
Man, don't call her Asina. You're gonna bring about her wrath.
That's the
Bro,
thing
I'm
to say.
just-
Her
she's just
ass,
thick.
have you seen her?
She's just thick, bro. What can I say?
The god of thickness.
Yeah.
I suppose. But that could mean a great many things to me. Greed, envy, wealth. Sure, money is one thing, but usually if someone is that embodiment of envious, they want to see other people suffer.
Oh,
It's a worrying idea.
hang on. One of the members of this conclave was a good friend of ours. Can't all be bad, right?
I mean, he also admitted to trying to kill Teak as a kid, remember?
Right, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think he's an anomaly.
maybe there's another anomaly we can talk to.
You mean like Robin? He's gonna look back at the drunkard.
Yeah. Robin's just got his hands in his head in his hands at this point. He's just like on the verge of passing out.
Sorry, but
I mean, yeah.
pretty sure they want Robin dead.
Robin, not Robin, but someone like him.
Robin, do you have any friends in the conclave? Ones that won't sell you out immediately?
I like thought the audio was as one of them, but it appears I was wrong, possibly.
You're gonna have to speak up, Robin. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I said the audio was
Whatever.
was supposed to be one of my friends. But apparently you couldn't trust her too much. Maybe.
How did you get out of the conclave? Did you just leave? Never attend a meeting? How does it work?
And he looks up to you and puts his finger up, kind of pointing at you to talk to you, and then like literally falls over, and his limp weight drags him out of the side of the bed, and he kind of just falls to the ground unconscious.
Well, there goes
Yeah.
our lead.
Try to get him back into the bed.
Alright. You try and wrestle him back into the bed.
Eric's gonna try and stop you, but like, just leave him on the ground.
I'll be right back 2 seconds, and then we'll check in on Teak.
But then what do we do about Philia's body?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm saying Patrick can't attend sessions anymore. No,
I mean, maybe we can solve one problem with another.
yeah,
You're right. I wholeheartedly agree.
I like how Mystic was like, "Be right back," and like my Indian food is like almost here, and I'm like sweating because like when he comes back, and I leave to the door, and he's like, "Okay, Teak," and I'm fucking silent.
Let
Dude,
him
you're making
know.
me hungry.
Oh, let's see if they make the right turn. I'm watching them on GPS.
You're such a stalker, Ray. That's so kawaii, bro.
Thanks. I'm just so anime, bro, that I just stalk my food.
Kakui, bro. Kakui.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
Welcome back.
before we jump to Teak, my food is almost at my door, and I fear that.
Oh my god!
So, like,
Must be so nice to be well fed, Ray. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
really showing off, huh?
I didn't expect for it to perfectly align with you jumping back to Teak.
That's how it always works.
I'm so hungry.
It's so sad that my original plan was to have Teak slowly make her way to the snowdrop. Don't know if that should be my plan anymore.
Seems like a good plan.
No, it seems like a pretty bad plan
What are you
considering
talking
there might
about? You don't know
Beans-
anything. You don't know anything about the snowdrop
You
being
right.
whatever.
I have no clue. Teak has no clue. Oh,
Looks like we're going to be giving
they
them
did
2
indeed
dead
miss
bodies
the
instead
turn
of
to my
1.
house. This is tragic.
Visik, we've decided to give them Philia in exchange for Susanna.
Yes, solving 2 problems with 1, so that way Patrick doesn't have to make the sessions anymore.
Has anyone even checked in on Philia lately?
We didn't
Oh
say that.
shit!
Just
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, I failed that perception check. We don't know.
Teak just walked out the room without even looking
Yeah.
at Philia.
Yeah, I just waltzed the fuck out. I was like, bye bye.
We should have
Because
everyone
I
attached
ate
by.
Philia for lunch.
We should have everyone attached by a rope at all times.
You
Alright,
haven't
I'm gonna
lost
go-
many people yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stand outside and wait for my food because I think they're
All right.
confused as to where my apartment is.
I
I'll
mean,
be back like 5
technically
minutes.
we lost Philia already.
You did?
She's
Yeah.
died twice.
Well, there's a difference between dying and getting lost.
That's true.
Well, I guess we'll continue with you guys up there in the in room. So yeah, pretty much. Do you just leave Robert on the floor then?
No, we get him back in the bed.
Okay.
No, leave him on the floor. Those are our beds.
So you get him back up in the bed, and he's kind of just passed out at this point. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Alright, so we're going tonight.
To the snowdrop, you want to go tonight?
Well, I mean, we're pretty eager, right? But I don't know if speed or caution's the play, right?
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel well rested now.
Do I also feel well rested?
Yes.
Oh.
You all got a long rest last week, remember?
I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah,
What does forgot mean?
it's like forgot.
But with brats?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, it's kind of up to you guys. I think Gawain feels well rested enough, but he looks to you guys and he's like,
If we go to the snowdrop, do you think we can handle everything that's there? Is she even there?
Well, we don't know, but seems to be our best bet.
I don't know. You all got more time with Robert, and what did he say? Is there anything that would make more sense? If we storm the snowdrop tonight, I think that's most of our opportunity gone. Rather not lose my daughter.
Right, so, sorry, if we don't storm it tonight?
If we do, and she's not there, they'll know that we are onto them.
Oh, honestly, you think we should do some recon then?
I don't know. The other chance is that we snoop around and are seen and she is there and they move for her. We lose our opportunity to get her now.
Oh, Cindy, you're good at sneaking, right? I think you're up to this. I only really can do one thing. What?
you gonna steal Ophelia's duck?
I understand that the duck is sneaky. But what good will a duck do you? In her room, I imagine.
I'll still be sleeping.
Why don't you go get her then?
Right. She should probably be part of the decision.
I agree.
Alright, Cinder. You, make your way out into, the hall and then into Teak and Philia's room. Alright. Yeah, you call Philia's name, and you can see there's some sheets and like a coarse blanket over her bed, kind of ruffled. And as you move up to kind of shake her out of her sleep, you notice that there's no one there. Not necessarily. Just kind of looks like there's not anyone there. But after a couple moments, you just hear a whack. You see Pip kind of spins its head side to side, kind of looking around. Whack, 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 whack. Pip looks confused. Give me a sense motive check. Yeah.
Nice.
It's probably good enough. You can see Pip looks a little confused and panicked. It's like looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. Whack, 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 whack. Kind of, Pip looks a little sad and looks down a little bit. Make me a diplomacy check, motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, you kind of see Pip kind of looks up and kind of chippers up and whack, whack, whack. Kind of ruffles its feathers and moves to the side of the bed. Quack, quack. Pip jumps to your arm and kind of scurries his way up.
He eats the duck.
Yep, eats the duck. Alright, you guys notice that Cinder comes back, but there's no Philia to be seen. Wayne kind of looks alarmed.
What do you mean? I thought she could leave by herself. Philly's not in there.
What do you mean she left?
She went to look and see if Susanna was anywhere to be found. Oh God. I forgot. We should go find her before it's too late.
Alright, guess that's first on the to-do list then. Yeah, grab all stuff and get going. What about him? Motion to Robert.
Maybe if I pay the tavern wench enough, she will take good care of him.
Suppose that's all we can do for him at this point.
Time is of the essence.
Right, let's go then. Grab my stuff, head downstairs.
I may need a few minutes. Eric, if you'd please help me. I need to put on my armor.
Eric will nod and hurry along.
I'll
Alright.
see about Greek taking care of Robin.
Okay. So, Eric and Owain start kind of gearing Owain up with his armor. You're headed downstairs, Cinder. What would you care to do, my friend? Okay, so you're just gonna go outside and start looking for Teak? Alright. Gustav, you find yourself downstairs. Gree's still like a little shaken up, just kind of hanging out behind the counter. Hey, hello there, Gustav, was it?
Yeah,
What can I do for you?
so that bloke who was here before was actually a friend of ours. Drank way too much, as I'm sure you saw, but we have some business we need to take care of. It's kind of pressing. If I gave you some extra coin, you think you can make sure he doesn't like swallow his own vomit and stuff?
Oh. I suppose I could do something like that. But what do you expect me to do if someone like those fellers come back in here looking for him?
I mean, you can say you haven't seen him, but I mean, if they get violent, I wouldn't expect you to do anything more.
Uh-huh. So you expect me to put my neck out for you?
Just a bit.
20 gold.
I'll take out my bag and start rifling through it, like counting out 20.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of smirks at you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
You as well, Bree.
I'll take good care of your friend. Don't you worry.
Have more thanks. I look to the stairs, see if they're down yet.
Takes like probably another minute, and eventually Owain and Eric find themselves downstairs, geared up and ready to go. At least Owain, who the fuck knows about Eric, that piece of shit. Never has any of his fucking potions ready or anything. That takes like an
But you
hour,
need
so...
time to make them. I don't have time.
Well, too bad. Guess you really blew it this time, like always. The worst alchemist in the world.
I know.
Yeah, looks like you're all downstairs and ready at this point. Cinder, you've kind of started to move ahead and look for Teak. How far are you going? Where are you going? Okay. Teak, are you back yet or not?
Yeah.
Oh. So what are you doing when you're looking for Susanna? What's your plan?
Yeah. So Teak would have gone down and she would have immediately started sniffing chairs, the ground, looking like a freak, just sniffing all up in that tavern.
Okay. Make me a survival check. Not spectacular. You pull up a couple scents. You find one that's somewhat familiar, which it might be Robin's scent, you would guess.
Okay. I think following that, Teak is just going to walk outside and do what she does best, which is wander off.
Okay, so you're kind of following the trail?
Yeah, just, since she probably didn't pick up any really strong trail, I think she's just gonna start wandering. And I think her intent really is to just kind of look around to see if she can see anyone. And then also she's probably going to be heading towards with the intent of like, well, if I don't find Susanna, I will wait at boat for Susanna. So she's making her way slowly towards the docks.
You're making your way downtown?
Walking fast. Yeah, faces past.
Great.
Not quite homebound, but...
So yeah, I mean, probably what happens is you pick up on this kind of faint trail of Robbins and you follow it as far as you can, and it is leading you in the direction of the docks. So I guess you would just kind of continue to go that way, huh?
Yes. I mean, unless Teak sees someone that she could maybe ask.
Just like anybody or someone specific?
Really anybody.
I
think
you
I don't
definitely
think
see people along the way.
Okay,
They're
I
just
think
kind of random people in the street.
she would have stopped a couple. Keep in mind, she would have been sniffing and like stopped, and then like looked up and like asked, asked them if they had seen someone that maybe matched Robin or Susanna.
Right. Which I would say at this point, probably roll me a diplomacy check just to see how convincing you are to these people. Whether you scare them. Yeah, you definitely just start kind of scaring people away. Like people are like, this freak is like sniffing around, like being really fucking weird. And most of the people just kind of like, who the fuck is Susanna? And just kind of walks away, and like a couple people are just like, freak, and just keep walking.
Alright, I don't think that would bother Teak too much. She would just kind of be like, thank you, and then walk off and continue down the trail.
Yeah. So you kind of continue making your way to the boat.
Yes.
Cinder, you, on the other hand, are outside looking for Teak, and I mean, you find nothing. You're kind of just circling around the inn, and you don't see her at all. All right. After a brief pass around the tavern is probably when Owain and Eric make their way down the stairs. So you, Cinder, Gustav, Owain, and Eric all kind of meet up downstairs at this point. No sign of Teak.
Where's Teak?
Or Philia, for that matter.
Oh, where could they have gone? Palm agree.
Yes?
The two women we was with, you seen them?
The two women. Well, I saw the one strange one with the crazy hair. She made her way out the door. The other one, the smaller one, the cuter one, haven't seen recently.
I turn to the others and in a whisper, maybe she was wearing a disguise. Right, well, thanks a lot, Gree.
Of course, sweetheart. I think Owain kind of pipes up to you guys and...
Does, Deke not have a powerful sense of smell? I remember she picked up Susanna's scent from her clothes and everything at the house. You not think she might be doing something like that?
Oh, she very well might be. Though I wish she'd told us first. Fortunately, we don't have that same smell, so don't think we can follow her same trail.
True. But if Susanna was never here, maybe she followed the scent of Robin.
Right, so we can go down to the docks, right? That's where the fight happened, I think.
That is what he said, is it not? I'm
Certainly
afraid
right.
I didn't hear everything that happened.
I did. My memory's not so good. Well, I think that's what he said. And time is a problem, so let's head down.
Alright.
So, you guys make your way out towards the docks through the city at night. Teak, I guess you find yourselves at the docks first.
Yes.
And there's a few people around, but not many. It's pretty quiet. And eventually you find yourself outside of the snowdrop, and you can see there's a few people kind of wandering around the snowdrop, keeping guard, as it looks.
Okay, I think Teak would find a place to perch, and her intent was always to watch it. So I think she's gonna find a place to watch to see if Susanna pops up. Don't think she'll be necessarily, sneaky about it. I think she'll probably find somewhere pretty visible and just perch like a weird fucking owl and stare.
Okay, make me an acrobatics and a perception check. Alright, nice. So yeah, I mean, probably the best place to perch from in your mind is there's some buildings along the pier that have a little bit higher of a footprint than when you get actually closer to the docks. So you probably kind of shimmy and crawl your way up one of the nearby buildings, and eventually you find yourself kind of perched on the corner of one of them, overlooking the snowdrop, and you can see there's a few people wandering around with weapons in hand, kind of guarding, and then there's every so often you see some people load some goods onto the ship, but things are fairly quiet for the most part.
Okay, I think Teak will just stay there and wait. Continue to watch.
Okay.
Unless she sees something that would prompt her to want to go onto the boat.
Sure. You don't see much. And as far as the boat goes, things are pretty quiet. I mean, eventually what you do see is you see kind of... well, I guess this is up to you guys, but are Cinder, Gustav, Eric, are you guys headed towards the snowdrop, or are you just headed towards the docks in general?
I get probably the snowdrop.
Okay. So yeah, eventually, Teak, I think you see kind of making their way down is Cinder, Gustav, Eric, and Dwayne kind of slowly approaching the docks.
Okay, I think as soon as she sees them, she will jump down to join them. Whether or not they see her approaching, and she just jumps down and walks up and says hello.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys are kind of making your way down and scurrying off the rooftops. You can see this kind of moving like an animal object, and eventually Teak kind of lands down in front of you guys.
Teak not find Susanna. So Teak decide come here, wait, see if Susanna get on boat.
Right, well, next time you go off, if you wouldn't mind telling us first, okay, Teak?
Teak will kind of nod, and then as she looks at the group, she notices that her friend isn't there. And she's gonna go, where Philia?
She's not with you.
No, Teak, leave Philia asleep in room.
Well, we was just there.
Cinder said he could not find her.
Teak not have Philia with her. So Philia alone?
She must be somewhere. You have no idea where she is.
Teak is gonna shake her head.
This is very troubling. And did you see anything on the boat?
Teak see people loading thing on boat. Teak been sitting here a while, not see anything strange.
I see. Well, what do we want to do? Should we send Cinder ahead and have him scout it out?
You feeling up for it, Cinder? I think it's a good idea.
Teak can go too.
Seems like a good idea.
Quack. Quack, quack.
This can't be real.
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought no one really believes a dog is sneaky, right?
I haven't seen anything such as that myself, but I don't see why not.
Oh, well, wait a minute. We haven't seen him away from Philia.
I'm afraid you would know better than I would, but so far I have not.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No, it is not.
Well, we know the Ashen Conclave's involved. We know Philia means a lot to them, at least as she is now. So maybe she's with Susanna.
What do you mean? What does she mean a lot to them?
Oh, it's kind of a long story.
Fair enough. Perhaps another time then.
Yeah.
But maybe they took her. Were you not on this boat earlier today?
I mean, I wasn't.
But Philia was. Cinder, Teak, were you not on this boat with Philia?
Teak nods.
Well, if she's as important as you say, then maybe they took her.
Philia might be on boat.
One could hope if she's in trouble.
Then Teak needs to be on boat.
Yes, but don't do anything brash without us. You and Cinder are only going there to look for now, to see if there's anything we need to know. You understand?
But
Alright. Is there anything either of you need before you go? Well, I wish the best of luck to you then. If you need us, do you have a way to make a signal or anything like that?
bird. Teak bird call.
Bird call. What kind of bird?
Teak is going to. She wouldn't know what type of bird, but she makes the same noise that they had decided upon when Cinder went into the pub, the tavern, to like make a ruckus.
Okay.
Teak was outside.
Yeah, so you have a bird call ready and you kind of make it a little bit more softly so they can hear. And Wayne kind of nods.
Alright, if we hear the bird call, we will storm the ship. Good luck to you.
Teak will nod and then wait for Cinder. She will just follow him, much like the Goblin Cave.
All right. Cool. So you guys prepare yourselves to sneak onto this boat, and everyone else will wait and listen for your signal. And we will take a little break there, 10, 15-minute break, and we'll be back.
Sounds good.
Be right back.
We're all laid idle with the keeping of the beer. The lad will lay work and the lass will the lad will lay work and the lass will
Thank you. Are we the only two back?
I think so.
Alright. How are they all gonna die?
When you say they, who do you mean?
I mean
Like-
everyone except for you and I, Gustav.
Oh, the long game.
Yeah, the end game.
Alright. As soon as we start the plan, right? You would lead Cinder and Pip to like some alley somewhere. Just double cross them. I'll handle everyone else.
Right, all you need to do really is go into a blood rage and then ask Visick to make your rolls for you. And that'll take care of them easy.
Owain's got nothing on me.
No. Oh god. It's gonna be exactly like back in Farhelm. Do you think anyone's gonna recognize you when we get back? No, not. They're all dead, right?
Yeah.
Anyone who
Leave no
recognizes
witnesses.
you, yeah. There's just whispers now.
Need a catchphrase with like being butcher.
Oh shit! It's clobbering time.
Do butchers clobber?
I don't think so. Maybe with like a cleaver they're trying
It's
to get.
cleavering time.
Maybe finally, once we get back to Farhelm, you can meet up with Wanda, the blacksmith. Finally.
Yeah, then we do like a Sweeney Todd thing. Where like,
Oh yeah, where you guys just bring people into the shop and murder them.
yeah. It's all coming together.
Yeah. Eric will be the easy one. He will be able to see. Oh
Eric's
my-
like the first guy who tries to blackmail me, so I kill him.
Right. I don't think I can go through with the plan. I cannot be expected to kill Pip. It's just not in character for Teak. Killing Cinder, sure, fine. She might do that one day, but killing Pip, an innocent duck who has done nothing.
I think canonically everyone seems to think Pip is like amazing. Except for
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
You're the only one who's like, the fight that bird can't do everything.
It's a duck. We eat these.
I think it's because we all saw the duck be more sneaky than Cinder.
I don't think I was there for that.
No, I think you had wandered off, so all of us witnessed the power of Pip.
Well, Pip really dropped the ball, letting
Yeah.
Philia get captured, or Philia's like double crossed us. I'm thinking that's like 20% possible.
I think she might be possessed by Ashina.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I assume she just got kidnapped, and that's what I was supposed to see on my failed natural 1 perception roll. It's such a sad thing. But you know, if she gets kidnapped, that at least gives us, it gives us a few months until maybe Satan comes back for us to try to go on a save Philia arc.
Right.
Get her back. Until then, she'll just be like this nameless damsel. Just like, we have this big goal to save.
But we can't save her too quickly, because
Right. We can't go in guns blazing. It has to be like that one quest in Skyrim that you leave for like 1,000,000 days because you go and do all the side quests and then come back ridiculously leveled up for it.
it always broke the immersion for me. It's like, quickly, you're needed at the front. Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, that's for me. Anytime someone says like quickly, be fast, it used to like when I first started playing, like I would just run through, the quests where there had a sense of urgency super fast, and now I'm like, Is that dragon really attacking the Western Tower? Or does it only attack when I get there? I think it only attacks once I arrive. And you know what? I'm gonna go party for a bit.
Yeah. Those Western RPGs, though.
Have you heard about it's like the new game that came out by the creators of Until Dawn?
No.
Yeah, so they came out with a new horror game. I forget what it's called.
After Dawn.
I wish that would have been way, but there's like no continuity. It's just the same thing where it's like basically like a horror movie, but with quick time events, and you control the characters' actions.
Okay. I was at like a sleepover thing where we were playing that game, and we were like passing the controller.
Yeah,
like-
they actually, because of that, they actually have a built-in like couch co-op, so up to 5 people can play, and it's not like a. But yeah, it's Man of Medan.
Okay. I was terrible at the part where you had to like hold the controller steady. I could not do it to save my life.
Because I'm a filthy cheater, I would just set my controller down and move it.
I probably would have done that, but I wasn't fast enough to like get it on the floor ahead of time.
Yeah, I was really ass at the QuickTime events. They were like, X to duck, and I was like, shit, I got smacked in the face by every single branch. I also got the one death where like he gets launched off the cliff by like a ton of deer, so that was fun. It's because I panicked. I didn't mean to hit the deer, but I did. They were like, why the fuck did you hit the deer? I was like, I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I panicked.
Yeah.
Was it a deer or was it the killer in deer's clothing? We don't know.
Yeah, but I would never play a game like that myself.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's best done with like your friends laughing at you around you to kind of take the edge off.
Yeah.
Apparently, based on reviews, it seems like people are torn between it being really good and then it having a lot of flaws.
Well, that was the same as Until Dawn, right?
Yeah. Overall, I liked Until Dawn. I don't know if it's maybe because I was playing with friends, but I felt like it was nice.
My friend really wanted to save this one girl character, so he followed the voices because he thought it was her, but it was like the Wendigo doing the mimicry thing. So he like opens up the trapdoor and it just jumps at it and like rips her head off, and we're like, ah!
Oh my god. I would have been so pissed. I would have been like, you know how hard I worked to get that character up to that point?
We only ended up saving like 3 people or something. Welcome back.
Yeah, I think I saved. I think 2 died for me. I can't remember how many were, but I know 2 died.
Okay.
We were talking about Until Dawn.
Oh, because of their new game that came out?
Yeah, because I mentioned that and how it has like the built-in co-op, and we were talking about how we basically would just sit and pass the controller around with our friends, and that's how we played Until Dawn.
It's got online co-op now too.
Yeah, but online co-op is limited to like 2 people.
Yeah, but it's still kind of cool.
It very much so is.
It's any more than 2 people, you've got a real situation on your hands.
Right, because there's always that one dick friend who's like, I'm gonna get everybody killed.
That's true. There's always the Abel of the group.
Damn, Abel. You would do that to me.
I will have you know, I wasn't responsible for anyone dying in our playthrough.
Is that solely because you just didn't have the controller at the times where they were ready to die?
Mostly, yeah.
Wow. Really selling it here.
It's alright. I felt no real connection with any of the characters, so when they died, I was like, yeah, it's for the better.
Are we all back, or are we still waiting for losers?
I haven't heard Fisty or Satan yet.
Damn. These motherfuckers be crazy. Oh shit, Fisty back. He's just playing WoW Classic. You think I listen to what Abel says? Come on. Come on!
Well, now it's just Satan.
Did you play the new Man from Medan game yet, or whatever it's called?
No, I haven't. Mostly because I'm a little bitch, and that kind of game is something I definitely need to play with people in the room with me.
Nice. Does that mean that you're gonna play it when your friends go over to play Borderlands 3?
Yeah,
Even though
I mean,
you'd
if
be playing
they
Borderlands 3.
if they want to take a break, I don't know. So we play a pen and paper game based off of Fallout, the Fallout series, and I don't know what's really going on because the person who runs that really wants to play it, but then we've all been like, nah, let's just play Borderlands 3 all the way through until we finish. So it'd be kind of shady if I'm like, hey, instead of the game you've been working on really hard on, let's go ahead and play this Man of Medan game as a break in between Borderlands.
Damn.
So yeah, I doubt it would be a thing, but maybe something that we can plan later.
Who are you gonna play in Borderlands 3?
Oh, should I forget her name? The mech lady girl.
Oh yeah. She looks cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do the Siren, but my friend is he's really into fists, like melee kind of thing. Like, I'm big person, I fight with bare fists, nothing else. That kind of gameplay. Because it seems that's kind of what she's tailored to, he wants to play her.
Nice.
And then two of my friends both want to play the robot with the dogs.
Oh yeah. Flax probably who I'll play.
Yeah, but no one wants to play the last one, who I don't even remember what he does. I just remember he has an accent. Oh, doesn't he clone himself too? Isn't he Handsome Jack's old clone? Is he? Is that what he is?
Yeah, he's like the stealth clone character.
Yeah, he's like Zero. Yeah, no one wants to play him. I'm pretty sure that a friend of mine just wants to play it because the character has like alien dogs. And that's valid.
Alien dogs are cool, man.
Yep. But then I think Borderlands, you can play two of the same characters, so I said that would be okay. And then one friend was like, no, we all must be separate characters.
That's how people usually are about Borderlands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure at least in the past ones, you've been able to play two of the same character.
Yeah, when I first introduced one of my friends to Borderlands 2, we both played through as Mechromancer. And that was fun.
Nice. Too bad the pre-sequel sucked.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I really liked about the pre-sequel was the ability... they introduced cryo damage as well, and then the ability to, like, combine guns. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, there's good parts about the pre-sequel. I honestly like the classes out of the pre-sequel kind of the most, but
yeah,
the game itself just wasn't that great.
No, it doesn't live up to Borderlands 2 or Borderlands itself.
Zion, are you back yet? No, she did. Yeah, she
Did
did.
she fall asleep by accident? Maybe I should message her.
That's it. Yeah, you should message her. Otherwise, we get a half session in here. Leave off on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's been almost 30 minutes since you dismissed us for a break.
I know, it's been a long time. The new Tool album? You joking? You trying to embarrass yourself right now?
I've never listened to Tool.
I haven't listened to the new one. Is it any good?
I see Forbes article, Why Tool's Fear Inoculum will outsell Taylor Swift's Lover this week.
Is it
Yeah.
available to listen to on Amazon, or do I have to like listen to it on Spotify? Or not Amazon, YouTube.
It says it's available on YouTube, but I probably Spotify.
I didn't even know that people were still into Tool.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
it's been like for fucking ever.
I think it is available on YouTube. I just clicked it and it appears like it's available on YouTube.
I found it.
Tool is like, I think my older brother listened to Tool, so maybe he would have heard it
When did this album even come out?
pretty recently.
Oh shit. I didn't even know that Tool was still making music.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, it sounds pretty good.
Now I'm interested. I'm gonna go ask my friends if they've listened so I can seem like I'm up and coming and cool. Okay,
Wow,
she
this
hasn't
is-
responded. I'm
This
attempting to
album
call
is
her.
really popular already. Holy shit. It's already... The fucking single from the album is already the most popular Tool song on Spotify? What the fuck? Did people just not know who Tool was until this album came out or something? Why the fuck is this so popular? Holy shit.
Wait, why are you calling me?
Because
I was just trying to get your attention.
we've been waiting for you.
Really? How long?
A
Like,
while? You fell asleep, huh? Piece of shit.
No, it's
10
not been a while.
It's been half an hour since we
No,
went
it
on break.
hasn't.
Since we went on break, it's been half an hour.
It has been half an hour since we've been on break.
Oh.
I just did it in case. I don't know if you actually fell asleep
She was
or not.
asleep. Listen to her. She was asleep.
Oh.
You did the right thing.
But now you are awake. Right?
Zion?
Yeah? Oh, wait, man. No, I was listening to you guys talk for a while, but you never made any mention of D&D, and I
No,
was like,
we
what's
said your name multiple times.
Okay, maybe I
Did-
pass.
You were asleep. There's
Okay.
there's no lying your way out of this one. Okay. Well then, we're back, and I believe Teak and Cinder are about to try and sneak their way onto the snowdrop. What's your guys' plan here? What are you doing?
Do we see any way that would be easier for us to sneak on? Like, there's a place that'd be easy for us to maybe jump onto that people wouldn't see us or something like that.
So you've been perched out. You've had a good look. You can see that there's some guards kind of patrolling the docks nearby the ship. But I mean, if you were to maybe move away from the ship and try and jump into the water, you could probably swim to the boat. But who knows who's kind of patrolling the upper deck. You see a couple people every so often, but it could be a strategy. Maybe if you guys could hold your breath long enough, you could dive under the water.
Teak will lean to Cinder and say, should swim on boat? Avoid detection?
So what are you guys gonna do? All right. So you guys kind of move a little bit farther away from the boat and find yourselves at the edge of the docks. And, there's not a lot of people around. And you both kind of quietly lower yourselves down into the water. Teak, you probably don't like this too much because it's washing all the dirt off of you.
Yeah, Teak's going to make a face as she dunks herself into the water. Is it at least murky though? Tell me, is it at least not clean water?
I mean, you are in the kind of marshy part, so it's not crystal clear or clean water, but it's not the dirtiest water you have ever been in.
Teak will live. Possibly,
All right.
We'll see how she rolls.
Yeah, I guess you guys can both make me swim checks. And are you guys going to try and dive? And like hold your breath under the water? Or okay. Wow. Someone's quite the swimmer here.
Damn.
Both pretty good. So since you are diving, I would like you guys to both make me fortitude saving throws as well.
Okay, is this where I would add the +4? Or I'm not sure. Would it be to my swim or pool?
You added a +4 to your swim. I would say that you could probably add it to both.
Oh.
So +4 on top of that?
Yeah, I think so, because it says, fortitude saves to resist damage from suffocation, if that would work, and then also constitution checks made to hold your breath. So I don't know. It depends. Up to you.
No, holding your breath is what it is. So yeah, you get the
Yeah.
+4. Okay, so Cinder, you're moving fast. You're in your element right now. You're kind of whipping your legs around, smoothly gliding through the water at a pretty fast speed. You're holding your breath as well as you can, but it's not insane or anything like that. But you find yourself at the boat, kind of no problem. But as you look back, you can see Teak. There's a couple air bubbles coming up. Teak, you managed to make your way to the boat, but you do suffer 2 points of damage. It's not necessarily that you've done anything wrong. You're just not swimming as fast as you could. You're a little bit off, and you're kind of run
Right.
out of breath towards the
The
end.
loss of dirt took a hit to her confidence, which then manifested in.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. So you suffer a couple points of damage and a couple bubbles pop up, but you guys manage to find yourselves at the hull of this boat. But you're kind of holding on now as the water's pretty calm, but you're essentially, your heads are popped out of the top of the water and you're at the hull of the boat, front of the boat right now. What are you guys gonna do next? Yeah, probably on either side there'd be like a little step ladder or something that you guys could climb up to get out of the water. Are you going to approach the boat on the side where it's next to the docks, or the outside next to the ocean? Well, not quite the ocean, but where it leads to the ocean. Okay. So you guys kind of, Cinder motions to you, Teak, and you guys kind of silently swim over to the side of the boat, grabbing onto this ladder to stabilize yourselves. Oop, be right back real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, my food just got here. So yeah, you guys find yourselves at this ladder. What's next?
Climb it. Secretly. Stealthily.
Sure, who's going first?
Probably Cinder, since Teak's been following his lead up until this point.
Okay, Cinder, roll me a stealth check. Pretty good. Alright. Alright. So you're scanning the boat to see if anyone's up there, Cinder? You've kind of got your eyes poked over the top. Okay. As you kind of poke your head over the side of the boat, you can see there's not a lot going on. There's about 10 cannons. In the midsection of the boat, there's 3 on either side and then 2 on the back section. And you can see, like, there's barrels and crates and storage on most sides of the boat, like random places. And then there's grates where they obviously lowered the goods down into the ship. Towards the back of the ship, just like any other ship, you see, like, the door to the captain's quarters or anything like that. But at this very moment, you only see one person at the bow of the ship. It looks like they're kind of looking out over the water, just keeping an eye out. You're trying to go down into the ship is your plan? Okay. So yeah, you kind of pull yourself up over this ladder, and you find yourself... So there's essentially like 3 tiers of the ship. You're on kind of the bottom tier now in the middle of the ship, and then right in front of you is a door that looks like it would lead down into the ship. And then 1 step above is the next tier of the ship where the captain's quarters are. So you kind of jump up and sneak your way in the dark. Well, it's actually not dark. Or is it? No, it is dark. Yes, sorry. Confused myself for a second. Sneak your way through the darkness to this door. And you're just gonna jump in? Or what? No, it's just a wooden plain door. Okay, you crack open this door slowly. Peek your head in. And you can see, as you look in, there's... Straight off, there's like a little storage area. And you can see kind of a group of barrels there. And off to the side, you can see that there's a set of steps that lead down even further. Okay. Yeah, you see the bottom of the stairs. Teak, are you just kind of following closely behind Cinder at this
Yes,
point?
Teak is following Cinder.
Okay. Cinder, as you reach the bottom of these stairs, you look around and you can see there's kind of a long hallway in front of you. But on either side, there's just these kind of hammocks and swings, and it looks like there's a bunch of crew members and stuff like that asleep in here. All right. What do you think, Teak?
Teak thinks she's gonna try to follow Cinder's lead, and so she's just going to, like, wherever he steps, she will then step afterwards, kind of thing.
Okay. So, you guys move relatively swiftly and silently. And these people are pretty sound asleep. There's not like an insane amount of people on this ship right now. You can tell probably a good amount of them may be on shore leave until they leave the next day. But there's still a decent amount of crew members down here. Maybe like 8 of them or so. But it's hard to tell who's there and who's not as you kind of creep through these halls. But slowly and surely, you guys squeeze your way through this hallway until you find the main kind of cargo area. And as you approach, you can see in the darkness of night just these kind of square shafts of light hitting the floor from where the grate is up above. And there's a bunch of like large crates and barrels and things like that in there.
Teak is going to look like motion for Cinder and then make a motion as if she's sniffing to like kind of ask like, should I start sniffing? Is this when it's appropriate for me to sniff? So she's trying to signal. Okay, she's gonna start sniffing around.
Alright, make me a survival check. It's really hard to get any sort of strong scent. In this cargo bay, you're getting all these noises that are, or smells, sorry, that are really throwing off your nose. You know, they're transporting a lot of spices, a lot of herbs, a lot of goods like that. Rum. Very pungent smelling things.
Okay.
Like, as you sniff around every so often, you catch a couple scents here and there that seem familiar, but it's hard to tell if it's because it's some sort of spice or herb you smelt before, or because it's a person's scent that you've smelt before.
Okay, I think after a while she'll look at Cinder, point at her nose, and then give a thumbs down.
Sure. Make me an intelligence-based perception check. Pretty much, you'll just roll your perception and use your intelligence instead of your wisdom. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. So you can just roll it and we'll figure it out manually. What's your wisdom modifier? 1?
So we add 5 to that.
Oh, geez, your perception skill's just that high?
So he's proficient in it and has 1 rank in it, so that gives it a +4. Minus
Yeah.
3 means +1.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. Okay, so you get an extra 5, so you're 19 on your perception check. Okay. So you kind of creep around this room, Teak's sniffing around, and you're looking around. And you're like low to the floor, and you know the tricks. You know the tricks of the trade. And eventually, you're looking around, you find a seam beneath one of the storage crates. And as you kind of lean down to it, you feel a little bit of a breeze, ocean breeze, come up through there and hit you in the face. It's a pretty large crate with another one stacked on top. Yeah, you could possibly move it yourself, but it might make some noise.
All right. Teak moves over to help.
All right. You guys can both make me a climb check. I wish I could just turn into athletics, to be quite honest. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. You guys start to move these boxes, but you notice, like, they're heavy enough and bulky enough that as you guys start to slide them, you're not really picking them up off the ground, so they start to make a bit of noise, maybe more than you're comfortable with. They screech along the ground a little bit.
Teak is gonna look confused as to why we stopped. Yeah, did we move it enough so maybe one of us could squeeze through? Or not at all? Not nearly close enough.
You guys moved it about half a foot. But it still looks like it's on top of whatever this, if it is a door or a board that's loose, whatever it may be.
Can Teak try to sniff at the seam or like press her ear to gauge if there's something or anyone underneath it at all? Like if it's worth the time to try to move it?
Sure. What exactly are you trying to decipher from looking at it or examining it?
To see if, maybe if she can perceive through hearing, smelling, whatever, if there's what would be like a person underneath there. Like maybe she can hear some breathing, something like that.
Okay, tell you what. You roll me an intelligence-based perception check as well.
Okay. All right, let's go. That is not going to be good because her intelligence modifier is 0. So I think it would be actually -3, yeah.
-3, so it's an 8.
I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you lean down next to this crack and you listen and kind of sniff around, but nothing really catches you.
Okay. Can Pip fit in there?
Pip's there. Pip's just kind of chilling in your jacket. Okay. What's the range on detect magic again?
"60 feet."
60 feet, and it's a certain amount of rounds before you can, like, gets more powerful depending on the round, right? Okay, so you cast detect magic and you sit there for a bit, but based on what you're seeing, it's really nothing. You pick up your own aura, a slight aura from Teak, but you're not getting anything, at least from where you are. Roll me an animal handling check. Holy shit.
Excuse me.
Alright, let me make some rolls for old Pip here. It's a very tight spot. Like, are you gonna help Pip at all? Are you gonna, like, try and dig your fingers into the crack that's there and, like, prop it up or anything? Or okay, I'll
Teak
count
will
that as
as
an
well.
assist. Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of dig your fingers in under this plank and kind of lift it up just a hair, and Pip kind of quietly like whack whack whack, and just kind of like ruffles his feathers and kind of almost curls up into like a little bit of a ball and just kind of rolls in under there. Are you guys doing anything while you're waiting for Pip, or?
I think Teak will try to keep it open so that Pip could get out whenever he wanted. Like as open as possible.
Alright. Roll me a fortitude saving throw. Yeah, you want to get some leverage.
Okay, so
Alright.
I roll the fortitude while he goes off and looks for that.
Correct. So after a few moments, Cinder's kind of away looking around for something to use to prop this thing open, Teak, but like you can feel holding the weight by yourself especially.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy. Your hands start to tremble, and it's like you can either keep holding on to it and possibly drop it right now, or you can try and set it down at the moment and try and keep it quiet.
Okay, she's gonna try to set it down then. What should she roll?
Nothing.
Okay,
You set
yeah,
it
she's
down.
alright, cool.
Cinder, I think you've got enough of an eye for this room already, that after like a minute or so, you find like a piece of scrap wood that they would use to repair the hull from the inside in case there's any leaks or anything. And it's sturdy enough that you could probably prop it up in there.
All right.
Yeah, you guys lift it back up. Jam this piece of wood in there. Get some leverage. Able to kind of keep it open without too much effort. And after a few more minutes, eventually Pip comes back up. Quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. It looks like he's a little ruffled. Yeah, he's a little wet, a little damp. His feathers are a little ruffled. But he looks like he's in high spirits. While staying quiet?
Maybe if one of us lifts it, one could slip through. But I think if both of us went through, we probably would drop it and make a lot of noise. It's okay.
It's on the roll 20.
Teak will nod, and then they're both gonna try to get it open. Should
Okay.
they roll to see if one, they both can get it open large enough for Cinder, and then two, for Teak to be able to lower it without making too much noise.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm going to have you do, T, because I'm going to have you roll me a climb check. / athletics. Whatever you want to call it. And then Fisty, you'll roll me an acrobatics check.
Rip, this is a rough time for Teak's rolls.
Yeah. It certainly is. Cinder, you roll me a climb check too.
What?
Unfortunately, you guys, like, you lift this thing up and you're almost there. And, like, Cinder, you try and start sneaking into it, and, like, as soon as you do, the wood's not quite strong enough, and, like, Teak's giving it everything she's got. But it starts to close on you, and you have to quickly, like, pull out. But, like, as you're going in, you do catch a glimpse of down there, and it's like it's kind of a damp, very dimly lit kind of sub-compartment to this boat. But it was hard to get a good look with how little time you had down there.
Okay. And when we drop it, does it make a loud sound? Like when it breaks and everything?
No, because I think the fact that, like, Cinder couldn't make it in gives you guys enough leverage to kind of set it down.
Okay.
But you could either, you might need a little help. You could try again, but it's probably going to be more difficult at this point. But it's up to you guys what you want to do now.
Teak also shrugs and is like, all right, let's just do it. Should we just push the thing off and get down there as fast as possible then? No more No more room for trying to be quiet and be polite for the people sleeping. Now it's like, all right, let's get down there as fast as possible. Or not. Teek's gonna motion with her body as if she should just like topple the crates and stuff that are holding it down over, which would make a lot of sound, but she could probably do.
What's it gonna be, Hotshot?
Alright.
Oh shit.
Alright, and then Teek is just gonna kinda, just the same way she slammed open doors many a time, she's just gonna brute force those crates out of the way as fast and as loudly, but still as efficiently as she possibly can.
Okay. So you guys brute force and in like one swift motion, schwonk, and like these crates kind of topple over and like crack and crash at the bottom. And you hear a couple people like, huh? And at the same time, this door is kind of there that you guys have just flipped open, wide open now, and some of the moonlight that is cut into the grates kind of finds its way down. And Cinder, I think you have dark vision in the first place, don't you?
We both do, actually. I also have dark vision.
Yeah, I mean, you can see down there. There is a person. Their hands and feet are bound, and they have a bag over their head.
Let's jump in, yeah.
Okay, so you both jump in. Are you, like, closing the door behind you, or are you just leaving the door open, or...?
I agree, close the door.
Okay, so you close the trap door behind you, rush over to this person, and you pull the bag off their head.
Scooby-Doo reveal, who is it? Who done it?
Scooby-Doo reveal. Who done it? Yeah, I mean, you pull the bag off of the person's head, and below it you can see the familiar face of Susanna Wyvernspear. Her long blonde hair is kind of dirtied and messed up.
Is she awake?
She looks like she's not really awake. Like she's weak, she's tired, she's unconscious somewhat. She looks a little bit roughed up. She's not in great shape. Her eyes are closed. Her hair's all dirtied up. She's got some bruises on her face, and she's got her kind of poor clothes on and everything that she usually would wear to avoid drawing attention and things like that.
Okay, well, using her claws, Teek's gonna make quick work of any bindings that are keeping her tied up. If that's okay.
Yeah, sure. You
snip him.
You snap her bindings loose, the ropes on her hands and feet and stuff, but when you do, the kind of ball-like form she's been holding from her being bound is kind of loosened, and she's just kind of sprawled out unconscious on the floor now.
Right. I think Teak will, I guess just try to pick her up and sling her over her shoulder.
Yeah. As far as you can see, this room has a couple kind of lanterns, but down here there's not much else. There's an old rotted brig that doesn't really work anymore. Like the door's loose and everything, and it's a little bit flooded with water. But there's nothing else really down here. It's kind of dim and dark, and I guess, you know, at this point you probably realize this is mostly what they would use to try and smuggle goods.
Well, Teak will kind of whisper to Cinder and be like, "Can you help Susanna? She hurt." She kind of has her slung over her shoulders.
She's slightly beaten and unconscious, and as you're having Teak kind of say these things to you, you're starting to hear the thumps of footsteps approaching where you guys are. Yeah, you hear a voice up above say,
Oi, these crates are knocked over here.
okay. Let's see.
Like old school, don't say a move and you won't, don't
Right.
say anything and you won't get
Don't
hurt.
say anything, you won't get hurt.
Yeah.
Roll me. Honestly, I guess just initiative. Roll me initiative.
Should Teak roll as well or no?
Not unless you plan on doing something.
No, I think Teak having her. I think protecting Susanna is going to be her number one goal. She would be looking to flee with Susanna at any chance, as opposed to, you know, try to do something to anyone.
Okay. Cinder, roll me a new stealth check. What the fuck? What did I just roll? That's not right. I think I just clicked on the wrong sheet. That's not right at all. That's really fucking weird. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Listen, Teak just needs to get to some place where they'd be able to hear her bird call, and then our friends can come rushing in to save us.
And pretty much, yeah. I don't even know what the hell I just hit and how it got there, especially because they're all supposed to be whisper rolls. I don't know what the fuck that was. But regardless, let me see. Their actual perception check puts them at a stalemate with you. Which means, I mean, in this case, I would say that they managed to spot you hiding behind the door just because they roll the same as you. So I mean, pretty much what happens is I guess what you'll do is you roll me a combat maneuver as well. So you still may be able to grab this guy, but he's probably going to be able to get a peep out before you do. You rolled his exact number, and I don't remember if the draw goes to attacker or defender. Usually defender, I think. So I'm just gonna say... Well, it's not necessarily true. Okay, here's pretty much what happens. You're hiding behind this door in the darkness. It's hard to see you. This guy opens it up, and for a second he's looking in, trying to see what's going on, and then you grab him, and as you're going to grab him, he spots you and he's just like, bloody hell, and then you kind of grab him and put your hand over his mouth and pull him down in, and you've got him held, and you've got your hand over his mouth, but he definitely made some noise going down in there, and his friend's like, hey, where'd you go? What's going on down there?
Hello?
You're trying to intimidate him? Roll me an intimidation check. Yeah, that succeeds. So you have your sword to his throat. And he kind of puts his hands up. Doesn't say anything. What? Aren't you behind him? Well, I thought you grabbed him and like put your hand over his mouth and then you have his sword to his throat. Okay, you touch him on the mouth and he just kind of stands there with his hands up. He's just like, he's like, what do you want from me? Guy has his hands up and he kind of just shouts. This dude's like approaching. He's like, oh yeah, I'm fine down here. Look like there's just a couple of rats or something. Not sure how the containers got knocked over. The other guy kind of yells down. He's like, you went missing awful fast. Are you sure everything's alright down there? I think I might just have to come take a look anyways. See if I can't see something you missed. And the guy just has his hands up and he's like, I tried, friend. I tried. If only Teak were here.
No, she like disconnected.
She
from
got
my
disconnected. Like a minute ago.
She's typing for her wife.
Alright. Just for the sake of the fact that Ray got disconnected. You hand off this one guy to Teak. He's got her claws at his throat. And this other guy's approaching. Roll me a new stealth check. And I guess a new initiative. I don't know why that links as a fucking... I don't understand that at all, but it must be a glitch of some sort. Well, this guy definitely gets the drop in terms of initiative. Let me, but he doesn't quite see you. So he has his sword drawn, and he kind of walks past. But at this point,
entered channel.
since Teak has this other guy,
I'm back. Sorry.
so you now have a dude hostage in your hands.
Oh, Teak does?
Yes.
Great. Love that.
Just because you disconnected, so Cinder decided to make plans. So this guy sees Teak with this dude in his hands, and is like sitting there, kind of stares at you for a second, and then all at once, he just starts screaming, "Help! Help! There's enemies on board!" And you guys start hearing these, like, thundering footsteps as they kind of move down the boat. It is a sword drawn at you, Teak, but you have this guy in your hand, so he's kind of just standing at the top of these steps with his sword kind of pointed at you. You let him go. You'll be surrounded in moments.
Let Teak friend go. And Teak let him go.
This guy kind of smiles at you, and he's got, like, you know, some rotted and cat teeth and stuff like that, and he's like, "Your friend is worth much more than mine. Hurry up!" And you know, you guys are kind of sitting there while there's other people kind of moving towards you. A chop from the back. What does that entail? Right, so you're sneak attacking him from behind with your sword? Alright, roll it up, homie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You actually rolled well for once, yeah. Max damage, max sneak attack damage. This guy calls for help and has got you at sword point there, Teak, and all at once Cinder just comes out of the shadows and and just like lops this guy's head off. Like, he's got this smile on his face and his head is just lopped clean off, and it kind of rolls to the ground with a smile still on his face.
What the fuck, Cinder? We're trying to get out.
Are you trying not to kill him?
No, it's okay.
Cinder, were you trying not to kill him or what? Uh-huh. There's not another guy. Oh, the other guy that you already intimidated?
But Teak is here, help holding.
Yeah, I mean, he's freaked out. He was already intimidated.
The fastest way from here is if you move the cannons and jump out one of the cannon ports. I suppose.
Tika's gonna
Sure.
Tika's gonna sling Susanna.
All right. And he moves out of the thing, and you guys can see like maybe 30 feet away from you guys, on either side of the boat, or not even 30 feet, like 20 feet. There's these cannons, but they're all sitting at attention at like the cannon ports down below. So you'd have to essentially slide one of the cannons out of the way, but then you could crawl through the cannon port. But I mean, as you guys are looking, you can see there's like another 4, 5, or 6 like people kind of running down the hallway at you guys.
Okay. Tika's gonna activate her minor air form, I think, to make her speedy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say you guys you each have time to get one.
So she has Susanna kind of slung around her shoulders. What Tika's gonna do is she's going to try to kind of like run at one of these things and then use the front of her body that doesn't have Susanna kind of slinged on it to try to push one of those things out of the way. And then she's gonna start bird calling like mad out of the damn thing, while also trying to climb out with Susanna as safely as possible. Let me know what rolls. That's what she intends to do. May
Okay.
not go that well. May not go that well.
Let's jump to this map then and start to get crazy. I don't have the bottom deck done out, so you guys will just have to imagine that. But you can drag your tokens out onto the map somewhere. Oops, I guess I have my secrets on the map already. I forgot to take them away. And you two can definitely roll for initiative. Should probably open up the actual initiative thing. Interesting how none of this stuff is working, right?
Yeah, like I don't think we should be seeing the rolls, but that's alright.
Very
yeah.
interesting.
And you said it was scrolling as well, so like, is it breaking?
I don't know. Let me refresh the page and see what happened. It very well could be breaking. It could be that Roll20's busted. I truly don't know. Well, I guess you guys will just see these people's terrible rolls. And now my music's broken. Yeah, but it's broken for me. So now you have to hear it again. Okay. Let's get this show on the fucking road. Okay. Looks like Deuteronomy in the back is going first. He can move right up to Cinder's face. Flap! He gonna try and beat you down. You get
Patrick,
your
enter
armor
channel.
class is not 23, I take it. He runs up to you with his little short sword, slashes you for two slashing damage.
And he got you.
Suddenly, Philia bursts onto the scene.
Yeah,
Right,
apparently.
she awakens.
Hello.
Welcome, Patrick.
Hello.
Oh, do we have a story for you? But
Wait, what? What's happening? What is it?
This other guy's gonna run up to you, Cinder, try and blast you. Ha! He misses. Slashes wildly, but you're too much for him. Other Deuteronomy in the back, gonna try and get you from the other side. They're crazy. They're crazy, Cinder. They don't care. Absolutely misses. Swings, and there's like a post in the room that he just fucking swings the sword into. Cinder, you're now surrounded by these three people. What are you gonna do, homie? Okay.
it's very heroic of you.
And you tell Teak to run.
Get him, Cinder.
Dude.
Get him, Cinderfelt. Do the stabby stab.
No. Throws up his sword. You're surrounded at this point. They got you closed in, and you swing with your elven blade, but to no avail. All right. Oh. Okay. The
Has
one
Teak even been able
Teak
to move it yet?
Teak hasn't moved anything yet.
Yeah, because I had to roll initiative.
It-
Yeah, that's
it's
what Teak wants to do.
That's what she's gonna
but
do.
Yeah.
Try to. Except this dude's coming to attack Teak.
Oh shit!
Hua! Misses horribly. Even though Teek's got Susanna in her arms, this guy runs up and swings, but Teek still managed to avoid it. Teek, it's your turn.
Yep, Teek's gonna try to do what she wanted to do, which is run at this boy over here, smash it, and as she's climbing out, bird call. Caw, caw, help!
All right, so you're gonna smash the cannon
Yeah. Well, she's gonna she's trying to throw her body against it to just move it so she can.
to move it out the way. All right, you make me a fucking. I mean, I guess it would be athletics, but that doesn't exist. So climb check, I guess, just to
Oh,
get any
shit.
sort of benefit. That's not bad. You have Susanna in your arms, and you throw all of your body weight against this cannon. And it moves, but it looks like it's not completely out of the way yet. It is heavy.
Okay.
One more
and-
good smash, and you could probably push it out of the way and get that door open.
All right. Not sure if I have the actions for that, but she is gonna start her bird call at the top of her lungs.
All
Like
right, so
it's-
you start bird calling at the top of your lungs. What does that sound like?
Okay, sure. I don't think Teak would have picked a pretty bird. I think she would have picked like a bird of prey, something loud and screechy. So like.
Dear Lord, okay. All right. Eric Gustav? I guess. Nah, you're too far away and she's inside the boat. I guess give me it's like a real low chance. Give me a perception roll for both of you guys.
Yeah, what about Owain? Maybe Owain has some good ears.
Yeah, he'll get one.
Hell yeah.
His thing is probably broken too. He rolled pretty good. So did Gustav, but
I think Eric's asleep.
not quite good enough.
Satan.
Eric is definitely asleep. Eric's a piece of shit.
I'm right here. I'm just adjusting the volumes.
Does
Yeah.
Philia wake up?
Philia? No, Philia's not here.
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick has much to learn about Philia.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Eric, you were asked to roll a perception check.
Of course. Let's fuck this up.
Whoops, my bad.
Damn, her bird cries were so loud and piercing.
Okay, Eric sucks. Confirmed. Okay, great. So you're like calling, but no one's
That's fine.
hearing too much.
That's fine.
Oh, whoops! I moved
I don't
the
think
wrong
there's anything else I
character,
can
but
do.
that's okay. Doesn't matter. They're all jabronsters. This guy's gonna move up, try and surround old Cinder. Knows he can get to him. Nope. Misses horribly.
Yes, keep this up, lads. You're doing great.
Yeah, and at the top of this next round, you guys start hearing the bell being clanged on top, and Gustav, Eric, and Owain, obviously you guys hear this bell that starts going off. Who's measuring Owain? Gustav and Eric aren't even on the fucking playmat. This is bullshit.
Oh,
Why
down
not?
here?
Yeah, where are you guys on the board?
I'm over here.
Why are you
Why are you
upside
in the
down
ocean?
in the middle of nowhere? You fucking
He swam after us, but never told
jabroni.
us.
Should I roll initiative?
Yeah. You and Eric both. That's not bad.
Hey, Eric,
Oh, that's interesting. Owain's rolls work properly. I guess
Yeah,
I have to
we can't see 'em.
delete that enemy and remake them because they're broken. Eric Ferguson. Okay. So yeah, you guys start hearing this bell going wild.
I can't be good. Start running.
It's not your turn yet. Jerk.
In slow-mo.
just nearing to run, yeah.
Yeah. This guy moves over to your side,
Oh no.
Teak, and it's gonna try and stop you. Nope. Yes. Brobeans? Oh yeah, I guess I could put him in the initiative order. I just was putting him in with Teak's action because he was helping her, but...
Yeah, just have him help me. Good,
Right, that's
good
what
terrified.
That's what I assumed was happening, is he was just helping Teak.
Good terrified person. Yes, help us.
But I guess I should maybe put him on the board so in case he wants to get attacked. Good idea, I can
no.
have him be murdered.
No! We scare him into being our friend and then he gets murdered.
Need to make him something different. So I can tell which one he is. Maybe this, even though that's nothing what he looks like. Alright, Gustav. It's your turn.
Full move in the direction of the bell.
So towards the boat?
Yeah, like, are we actually on the map right now, or is this just like a placeholder?
It's a placeholder. You guys are a little bit farther away than that.
Alright,
How
towards the
far
bell.
is your complete move? 120 feet?
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, you could probably reach this person out front here.
As I'm approaching, what are they doing?
They are readying their weapons and, like, they're pulling out swords and bow and arrows and all sorts of things.
And their attention's towards the boat?
Some of them. There's a few others, like the ones out in front, that are looking outwards to make sure that no one else is approaching the boat.
Alright, I'll just pull on Lancelot from Monty Python and run up to them.
Okay. So you run all the way straight up to this person's face.
Yeah.
I will throw them into the initiative too. My page is fucking glitching out again. What the fuck is up with goddamn Roll20 today? It's pissing me off.
I know they made some updates. Maybe it's affecting.
It could be.
Yeah.
I wonder if this person's character sheet works. Nope, theirs is janked up too. Alright. Gustav just went, which means it's Owain's turn, but Gustav, pretty much what happens is you run up there and they're kind of watching you as you do, but you're a little bit too fast for them. But just as you approach, you can hear this kind of cracking and crumbling noise. It sounds like there's wood kind of snapping and twisting and just making these unpleasant kind of noises. And as you get up there, you see, breaking free of the hull of the ship, there's still like pieces of metal bound to it and part of a cannon attached to it. Breaks off this large, lumbering, golem-like creature that's made out of just wood and bands of metal.
Does it seem to be friendly with the enemies?
It's hard to tell because it just showed up, but probably.
Cool.
Cool. Let me see if... Well, that thing's rolls work. I just forgot to set it the first time, but alright. This other one's just bugged. Alright. Anyway. This thing... That was my intention. Is this thing busts out. And, I think pretty much at this point, Owain kind of does the same thing that you do, Gustav, except he just goes to the other side and sprints as fast as he can up to this guy. Eric, it's your turn.
I would like to run after Gustav.
Alright, if you want to sprint, you can move all the way up to him if you want. However far you want to go is up to you.
Right next to
Alright. That's not right next to him, but sure.
Now I'm just moving my token. For which one's his?
Gustav's is that one over there. Okay, so you move up right next to him. Alright, this guy's gonna take a swing at Owain. No. Misses horribly. This other person back here gonna take a longbow shot at Owain. Misses terribly. And, I think at this point, this golem kind of lurches up and stands up and gonna move to the first thing right in front of him, which happens to be Eric. Good job, Eric. Eric, what's your armor class?
No, Eric.
My AC is 11.
How much health do you have, Eric?
21. Am I dead?
No.
Am I knocked out?
But it does slam into you. This thing, it swings with this large barrel arm at you the first time and misses. You move out of the way, but then it comes back with its other arm, kind of holding this metal band around it, and crits the fuck out of you for 24 damage.
I'm out.
And Eric is out cold.
Jesus Christ, Eric, no.
Good old crit.
Satan's like, might as well have stayed asleep.
Pretty much. It's a sad day.
Oh.
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 Oh. It's not a confirm, but I think I'm gonna do away with confirms, but just so you guys don't get upset, I'll say it's not a crit, because it didn't confirm. But from here on out, this is a rule I should have stated earlier. I'm gonna do away with confirms, because I don't think they're fun. Yeah. So you, Fisty, or Cinder, I should say, you, sir, take 2 points of slashing damage from this fellow in front of you. He lunges at you with his longsword. It is your turn, my friend. You attack at him.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get your elven blade out and you slash into this guy's kind of light chest armor and deal a pretty heavy blow to this man. All right. Bad. This archer back here, longbow shot at Gustav. Miss. And this other guy back here, longbow shot at Wayne. Absolute miss. Other dude over here. I should just group these fuckers up. This is ridiculous. Longbow shot at Gustav. 20? Is that a hit on you, Gustav? So you suffer 6 points of piercing damage. An arrow flies loose from this guy's bow and kind of from nowhere, like hits you right in the side. This guy in the boat is going to move up towards old Cinderonomy here. Misses. Teak, it's it's your turn.
Time to get off this damn boat. She pushes with her body to move the cannon and attempts to climb out. Meanwhile, still cawing like the she-demon bird she is pretending to be.
Alright, make me another check.
Another climb?
Yes. Let's say with this guy's help, that's probably enough that you can kind of smash this cannon out of the way, and as you do, you lift this little hatch that the cannon pops out of, and you can see outside Gustav and Owain are already at the boat, but there's this huge wooden creature in front of them, and poor Eric is unconscious on the ground.
Okay, is there anywhere, like, how far would it be for Teak to jump onto the dock with Susanna on her back? How difficult would that be?
Out of this small window, even though it's only like a, maybe a 10-foot jump, technically only like 5 from one end to the other, it wouldn't be easy.
Okay.
And you can make an acrobatics check to attempt it with your movement. But
okay.
It would be a pretty tough check.
Okay, I understand. You know what? No gain, no glory. But Teak passed out again, just like Eric passed out buddies. Let's go. Let's try it.
Is that your acrobatics check? 18?
Yeah, that is an acrobatics check.
So you kind of managed to get outside of this window and onto like a little bit of a ledge, and you push yourself off. But with the extra weight of Susanna, you kind of land on the edge of the dock, and you find yourself falling backwards into the water with Susanna on your back. Still.
Okay. Should I make any type of check, or am I just bobbing in the water now?
That'll be next turn. Right now, you're kind of just recovering.
All right, cool.
And there's this last guy who's got Cinder right in front of him. That's going to go for it. Whew, whew,
Oh, no.
22, my friend. Is that a hit? Nine slashing damage. This guy's pissed. He just fucking runs at you and thrusts his sword, and it kind of catches you into the gut. Does some hefty damage to you, Cinder. And I think on this kind of little combat cliffhanger, we'll probably end for this week since we're at our 4-hour point. Hate to do it in the middle of combat, but sometimes it's got to be done. So I know. Remember your points and stats for this week, and what you're doing in combat, and we'll pick up here next week. The wood golem's out, and there's people all over the place.
I can't believe you picked that wood golem specifically so Teak would have to fight what she loves. So evil. So diabolical.
It's pretty evil.
I think you're missing the point right now. What happened to Philia? Why is she kidnapped?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
You'll have to keep playing, Patrick, to find out.